we're gonna look to have a good year here. And this first month of that year right there, right? This first month, pretty much set for what we're gonna eat. Oh, a shitload of soup. But I'm starting to think that this is gonna get easier and easier. Okay? Right now we're still doing the investing in people. Okay? And at some point, maybe we take a few shots out there so they don't have to die in dire poverty. Okay? Okay, I'm about to draft the last of my teams, most likely for this NFL Fantasy season 2011. Once in a while you get a crazy commissioner. I've never heard of this timeout rule. And it looks like I might have been locked out, of the thing. I can't post comments over here. I had a pretty good draft, and I'm thinking this commissioner got jealous or something of what I was doing. I don't know. I have no clue. Either way, I'd say 1 out of every 10. 1 out of every 10 non-public teams. That means you have a commissioner that's a regular Joe out there. 1 out of 10 it's just a horseshit person that makes his own rules and everything. So this might be one, and I don't know what's going on, but. Cultural victory, man. Cultural victory. Sun's going down out there somewhere. See that? Sun's going down. Cultural victory, though. Oh boy. I want to say that I feel like a nerd, but I don't. Actually, I don't. I play less video games than I thought I might. I'm supposed to be working on a movie, Anguish, I mentioned before. Usually, I play Civilization, been playing for a couple of years now. Usually, I win. Well, at the beginning, there's nothing but time. There's 6 ways to win. There's time, there's culture, there's a space race victory, there's land domination, there's this diplomatic victory where you get voted by the UN. Let's see where. There's another one. Anyway, it'll come to me if it's important. It was only my second time winning a cultural victory, though. Video games were just when I was a kid. When I was a kid, there was usually only one way to win a game, It was like, kill the other guy. Was usually it. If you remember the Atari 2600 from the 80s, it's kill the other guy. The game comes with combat. The console came with combat later on. It came with Pac-Man, but basically you're always just trying to kill the other guy, and that's how you win. And this one gives you some pretty cool options, man. Civilization. And I'm gonna give credit to the Sid Meier people for access for this whole thing. It kind of started like this. When I bought Civ in 2008, it's been around Civ 1, Civ 2, Civ 3 since the 90s, I guess. So I bought Civ 4. It came with this DVD. These guys aren't real cool speakers necessarily, but they're on a couch and they're talking about the development and everything. And I've been meaning to buy a video camera. I figure, man, I can do what these guys do. I'm explaining what the fuck I go through, right? I started a thing called Novel Notes, actually, because I had writer's block. I was writing on a book called Exacerbation. And I figure, if I talk to myself, I could probably pick things out, and watch myself on video. And it worked. It actually worked. And I wound up alluding to some of the concepts of Civ within Exacerbation, but in a couple of other video games. But I just want a diplomatic victory unexpectedly I was gonna go for my first. I actually did it once, but it was with a small world. For those of you that played, I did a small world, and I won a land domination once because there's only like one other, AI, artificial intelligence, leader in the game. But usually I play with a normal sized world, large or huge. I like to play with small worlds. It's a lot harder. It's a lot more difficult. So I've been learning a lot more tricks. For example, when I was at war before, with other, countries, sometimes they declare war on you, sometimes you declare war on them. Just depending on if there's a border dispute or whatever it is. Before, I would hardly ever use my navy. And then one time, I got my ass kicked real bad by this fucking guy on a different continent. I got real embarrassed. Like, man, there's different kind of modes you can play, Fractal and Terra and Pangea and stuff. I'm like, fucking shit, man. Because I hardly defended my continent because I was the only one there. I defeated. There's me and some other guy there. I figure, okay, I don't have to have a big military if I kick this other guy's butt right off the bat, and I did, And then some dude came from like the other side of the fucking world with all these Galileans and all these people. I'm like, shit, man, I got my butt kicked. So I figured, I started doing that to other people, the AIs at least. But we'll go inside because usually when you win the game, there's this. They'll usually show like when you win Space Race victory, you go to Alpha Centauri. When you win the cultural victory, it shows all your Colosseums and pyramids and everything that you built. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun. It's a very complicated version of Utopia. For those of you old enough, I used to love this game called Utopia. And I know how to do basic programming for Commodore and VZ200. Basic, now C++, and I've never really tried it, but basic, I wanted to do this kind of thing with Commodore 64 and never got around to it. Funny, huh? I have a book, Anguish, by the way, the movie I'm working on has to do with computer programmers. I used to have a lot of fun doing that. But Utopia, which was on television, that was Atari's rival, one of them, dealt with building kingdoms. There's one island and another island. There's only two islands at most, and you got fishing boats and crops and schools, hospitals, and just trying to build the best society you can. But this is a very complicated version of that. So let's go inside, and I'm going to film the screen, and someday I'll get Fraps. I have a cheap version of Fraps, but let's go inside and do that, and check out what it looks like when you win a diplomatic victory. Usually when the UN's built, and if I'm the UN general, I'll vote for it the first time, and it never works, man. I've won it, like I said, once before. But I figured, why not try it? And sure enough, they voted me. They voted me to, diplomatic victory this time. Otherwise, I was preparing my naval transports to invade the next continent over. This is so cool. So fucking cool. It's good for meditation. This game. Maybe check out Mr. Pokey. Mr. Pokey right here. Alright, here we go. Fun game. Build civilization over the course of centuries and stuff. But here we go. Alright, here we go. This is the Civ music. And we're gonna wait for it to see that little let's see. That thing is not disappearing. Alright, all I gotta do is press OK here though. Here we go. Diplomatic victory, you see that? Cool. Here we go. Oh, that's it? I played Casper in the Great. Oh, that's it? There's these other guys left that surround her. And I guess that's a UN emblem. Oh, let's see that little thing's in the way, but oh, that's the whole thing. That's kind of boring. That's kind of cheesy. Anyway, wow, I was hoping for something a little better. Well, I've won one before, and I just didn't remember what it was. Well, when you win a space race, you know, it takes you to Alpha Centauri's all. It's a little better graphic. And when you win diplomatic, or you can win a time, most points. Did I say time? That's cheesy. There goes the sun. So why am I playing Civ? Why am I playing Civ? I don't know, man. You guys have a good time. The days of Homer Cocktail. At night or beginning, I think. I've got other videos. I'm finding out the flashlight. We're about to tell spooky stories. I had an analog, in other words, tape, instead of digital, you know, memory card. I had an analog camera. I bought it in the early 2008. And it had an infrared, which made everyone look really spooky. You know, whoever was filmed. I bought 2 flashlights for like $5 for Home Depot when I bought all that epoxy and shit. I could have done this a long time ago, you know? I could have done it a long time ago. Why I didn't do it? Not really sure. You know, 90% of my videos, I guess, are not outdoors at night. So, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. Out there looming in the distance is Mr. Police Copter. Let's see. Looming like a mosquito. The reason I say that? Helicopters kind of look like mosquitoes. They do. Any helicopter is, you know, not just, you know, those that patrol or whatever. It's kind of nice though. This is going to be real nice to have some night talks. The mood's different at night is all. This is going to be part of the Glop series probably. 50 gunks I put on. Where's Poochie? Poochie, Poochie, Poochie. There's Poochie right there. Anyway, I'll bid you adieu right now. That fucking cocker keeps freaking me out. I fucking turn the camera back on. Hey, pull me!